Hello, ineffable being. How are you doing? I hope you're having an amazing day. I want to share with you that you are a genius, you are special, you mean the world, and you are loved. Today's topic is blessings are coming. Really, you are receiving blessings. I'm sending you all of my energy. I love you. The universe loves you. The world is working for you. The words is slipping out of my mouth. But this is a serious topic, and it's not so much a topic. I just really want to share a good, loving message for you. And I remember in my journey, I was really lost. I was literally that plastic bag in the air. I didn't know to be or to not be. That was as far as my brain could go. That was the biggest question to me, was to be or to not be. And for a long time I accepted not to be. What am I talking about here? So we live life, we're born, and we're just growing up, right? We don't really know much. We're living. We think like this is it. We think, the first girlfriend, or getting straight A's, or making it to the band team, or whatever accomplishment we get. We think that's it. We think that's the ultimate thing. The newest iPhone, when we have it, we feel amazing, right? And then one day in our young adult life, we have what we call the first awakening. Your first awakening is when the brain presents the fact that you can be conscious. So after this, most of us have this fight, and we're in this limbo of to be or to not be. And well, I fell victim to this paradigm of to not think is to best think. And I swore that was the best. I thought that my fullest potential was affecting my life with only my body, never utilizing my internal faculties. I lived that life. Result of that was I lost my family, lost my job, friendships, romantic relationships, ended up 100,000 miles away from everyone I know. And so, quite frankly, quite literally, I burned, or I destroyed myself. I lost everything. And it took a lot of suffering. I think if I can accept that it was hurtful, and that I suffered throughout my journey, I think it's acceptable now. I can accept to say, there was a lot of pain that I caused myself, to myself, and to all those whom I love. So beyond that, the message here is I believed I was receiving blessings. I really did. Like, the reason I lost my job, the reason I lost my family, the reason I lost everything was something that I hold very dear, and it's from words of Sadhguru, a mentor of mine. He says, the human being does not suffer life. What we suffer is a vivid memory and an extraordinary sense of imagination. And looking at my history, that is what resulted. That is a fact for me. It is 100% a fact. And I share these videos because I found out whenever I started speaking about living through the heart that many people can relate. I've had so many people tell me, hey, you know what? Like, this and this experience, and what do I do here, and how do I deal with this? And it's exactly where I used to be, where I thought I had so much faith in this unconscious imagination that I was going to wake up with $1 million, that this team was going to come, and I mean, just the most, I can't say out of this world because I'm living that life now, but it's just different whenever you're conscious about your imaginations, whenever you're consciously creating your dream versus you're being presented a dream and imagination. So it's you know there are blessings, and I still believe more than ever now the universe does comprise. That's not the word. I keep not being able to say it. Um, Conspire. There we go. The universe conspires for you. The universe conspires for your growth. Every moment in your life, the universe is happening for you. I made a video about this, but simply, if you're alive, everything's happening for you because everything is happening through you. So for it to happen through you, it has to be happening for you. Light travels, hits my eyes, hits my retina, flips upside down, and the image of what is outside is inside of me. That's evidence enough that because I am here, because I am alive, life is happening. So it's because of me. It's because that I'm alive, life is happening. And beyond this, I think the biggest message is to understand that life things take time. Because once you become conscious, right, the first after your first awakening, the biggest thing is to be or to not be. And okay, so in that area, we just believe everything the mind tells us, right? We just believe it. Like, you're gonna wake up with $1 million, and I wake up and I'm heartbroken because I believe that's destiny. We believe we're so attached because of the size of the frontal lobe, about 40% of the brain. It's easy for us to attach ourselves to these unconscious thoughts when we're not giving out signals. So what happens? I wake up, it's not there, or something else doesn't happen, and we're constantly dying because it kills you inside when you believe and have so much emotional energy attached to your unconscious thoughts because you believe it's destiny, you believe it's meant to be, you just believe it's real. Science, the reason is it's not because we're crazy, simply because the size of the frontal lobe. But what happens whenever that doesn't happen? Things don't go your way. Well, you start dying inside. And the purpose of this channel is so we don't have to suffer to grow. We don't need to. That's the old life. That's the under the Pisces. We're in 2020, age of Aquarius. Perfect vision. The water barrier, letting that energy, you see his water pouring out into universe. That's his conscious energy pouring out into the universe, and it's going to come back to you. So after accepting to be conscious, the most effective way to deal with the fact that you are a star and you can become a full-fledged star after death. The idea about this is to just be calm. That's why this channel is called Ineffable. What is ineffable? I'm not gonna Google it. I challenge you to. In essence, what it is life is just so amazing. Everything is conspiring so much for you that you feel it. It's reverberating inside of you, and you're just speechless. You're just in awe. You just observe, and you're just wow. Life is really like this is so amazing. That's my experience. That's the experience of people living through the heart. And you don't have to be a genius. You don't need money. You have if you're alive, then you have a heart. Unless you have like a mechanical heart. But even there, I think we can work with you, and I'm pretty sure there's a conscious way for you to create an elevated emotion. So once you're living an ineffable life, the next thing is to accept like just let time go. That's the hardest thing, and that's because you realize how amazing, how powerful you are. You realize that your thoughts and your emotions change your future. So waking up to this realization, it's easy to feel and to think, okay, so because I'm so powerful, I should manifest like that. But that's not the case. It is and it's not. Things have to be molded into the physical reality. I carry a vision of the future. I carry an elevated emotion. The vision of the future, not all of it has manifested physically in front of me, but it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Bob Proctor, one of the best um, speakers about the law of attraction, what does he say? What is the one of probably the most powerful things that he has taught me? Each vibration is stacked one on top of the other, and there is no point of demarcation. What does this mean? Well, let's look at the rainbow. There's many colors, but it's not red, then just air, then blue, then air, then yellow, then air, then space, then or air, then another color. No, each color, they're all connected. But if we look at it, wow, there's 8 or 7 colors. So again, the vibrations work the exact same way. So what does this mean? You can ignite, you can feel, you can create, you can cultivate a vision of the future. Why? What does this show us? Quantum physics shows us that things are only available in our universe whenever there is an observer. This is quantum physics. New leading science shows this. To experiment something, we have to visibly be able to see it. There has to be an observer. If there's no one observing, then you can't. So the question then is, how are you going to receive blessings, and how like to accept that we are a star, but we are also human. It's a very big paradox. It's probably the biggest paradox that exists in the universe. I mean, as far as we can conceptualize, as far as I can conceptualize, I think this is the biggest like paradox in the world. We are literally a star, but we're also human. So it's like in one dimension, we're like so powerful, but then all this power is emboxed in what in this. And that's just it's amazing. It's such a crazy phenomenal thought. So there's a lot of issues that happens when we learn about this, right? We're like, okay, well, I'm so amazing, so like let me have $1 million right now, or the dream job, or whatever. But it takes time. How long has our sun been around? I mean, this is just me being very open, very creative. There's a great chance the sun could have been a person a very long, like our sun could have been a person a long time ago, and he decided to be like very powerful, like very energetic. Whenever this person died, his energy, he was conscious, so he just kept, energy just kept transforming and transmutating, and then it goes through like this cycle, and then boom. I mean, like, we just don't know. But what we do know, you're literally a star, or you can be a star, and you're human. So the question is, how are you going to take these two things? Well, from my experience, I'll tell you to be as conscious as you can, because that's how you're going to be able to emulate the creator, emulate a real star. It's constant. That's constant realization, 24/7. That's what we call 100% consciousness. So living through your heart allows you to see that you are a star, and then okay, you get crawling, you start running, you start walking. But to really run, you have to paint a vision of the future, like literally, and then plant the seed and cultivate it. This means you're not going to change it because it doesn't happen in 1 year, in 5 years, in 10 years, and it doesn't matter. If it's your dream, then you should live your whole life until it manifests. Should it not? So the life is conspiring for you. You have to accept what you are, you have to realize what you are, and then constantly be in that self-realization through living through the heart. And then just let life happen, just let time go. Don't ask for it to happen tomorrow. Just feel right now the moment, and everything is going to happen for you. It already is. But do you want to be more conscious of it happening for you? That's the question. Everything's happening for you. You could be the most unconscious person, like I used to be. I accepted to be conscious of simply knowing I could be conscious. That was as far as my consciousness went. I was only conscious. I only decided to be conscious that I could be conscious. That was it. And I stopped myself there. Even for me, life was still happening for me. Even for you, it doesn't matter where you are. Life is always happening for you. Blessings are always coming for you. But the more you emulate, the more you integrate your non-physical self, the more conscious you're going to be able to receive and see these blessings. I love you. Please share this video with your loved ones, mastermind group, um, social media, and comment below what topics you'd like for me to cover in the future. And I hope to see you in the side of light. Goodbye.